Have you ever had one of those days where your brain just gave up, like fully clocked out, packed a little suitcase, and said, "Good luck figuring life out without me"? Yeah, that was me today. I woke up motivated, ready to conquer the world, and then I opened my phone. Game over. It's weird, isn't it? One second, you're hyped up to be productive, and the next, you're lying on your bed watching videos of penguins falling over while your coffee goes cold. You know you should get up, you want to get up, but your brain is like, nope, we're done here. And suddenly, even existing feels like trying to run a marathon in a swamp. But here's the thing, if your brain ever decides to give up, it's not because you're weak, it's because it's tired. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself isn't pushing harder. It's actually understanding why your mind shuts down in the first place. So let's talk about it. Why does your brain suddenly decide to stop cooperating? And more importantly, how do you reboot it when it does? First, your brain doesn't hate you. It's just overwhelmed. You've probably been running on autopilot for days, weeks, maybe even months, constantly bombarded by notifications, responsibilities, and mental noise. You've got 47 tabs open in your head, and they're all screaming for attention. No wonder your brain hits the emergency brakes. Think of it like your phone overheating. You wouldn't keep scrolling while smoke's coming out of the battery, right? You'd put it down, let it cool, maybe close a few apps. Your brain's the same. When you're mentally overloaded, it'll freeze, not to ruin your day, but to protect you from total burnout. So when that happens, instead of saying, "What's wrong with me?" try asking, "What's draining me?" That question alone changes everything. Second, motivation doesn't disappear randomly. It fades quietly when your actions stop feeling meaningful. Think about it. When was the last time you did something purely because it made you feel alive, not because it was on your to-do list? We live in a world where even rest feels like a competition. You can't just relax, you have to optimize recovery and maximize energy. Bro, I just want to take a nap, not run a sleep marathon. Your brain gives up when it's lost the why. When you forget what you're working toward, everything starts feeling heavy. So instead of forcing motivation, reconnect with purpose, even in small ways. Ask yourself, what tiny thing today would make me proud by bedtime? Not, what should I do, but what would feel right to do? Big difference. Third, you can't focus when your mind doesn't feel safe. Stress, uncertainty, guilt, they all hijack your mental energy. You might think you're lazy, but really you're anxious. You're trying to work while your brain's in survival mode. And survival mode doesn't care about deadlines or goals. It cares about protecting you. So sometimes the best productivity hack isn't another planner or motivational quote. It's giving yourself permission to breathe. To say, yeah, today's hard and that's okay, because rest isn't the opposite of discipline, it's part of it. You can't grind forever without recovery. Even lions sleep 20 hours a day and they're still kings. Fourth, your brain loves momentum, not miracles. We always think motivation comes first, but that's backwards. Motivation doesn't start action. Action creates motivation. You don't wait to feel inspired to start, you start to feel inspired. You ever notice how impossible it feels to begin something, but once you do, it suddenly becomes easier? That's because the hardest part isn't the work, it's the resistance. So if your brain's stuck, shrink the task. Don't say, "I'll finish the whole project." Say, "I'll work for 5 minutes." 5 minutes of progress beats 5 hours of guilt. Start small. Start messy. Just start. And finally, your brain giving up is often its way of saying, "Hey, I need you to slow down." It's easy to forget you're not a machine. You're a human being with emotions, limits, and a nervous system that's trying its best to keep you alive in a chaotic world. So be kinder to it. When your mind shuts down, instead of fighting it, listen, take a walk, stretch, stare at the ceiling. Reconnect with stillness. The more you respect your brain's limits, the faster it'll trust you again. And when it trusts you, it works with you, not against you. So, if today your brain gave up, congratulations. You're human. You're not broken, you're not lazy, you're not behind. You're just tired, and that's okay. Tomorrow isn't gone, it's waiting. And when you rest, your brain will come back stronger, clearer, ready to help you try again. Because no matter how many times your brain quits on you, it always comes back. That's the quiet power of resilience. It's not about never falling apart. It's about learning how to rebuild gently over and over again. So take this as your sign to pause. Close the tabs in your mind. Breathe. You're allowed to rest before you restart. If this hit a little too close to home, that's probably a sign you needed to hear it. So tell me, what's the one thing your brain is begging you to take a break from right now? Drop it in the comments. And hey, if this made you feel a little less alone in your chaos, hit that like button. Subscribe for more reminders that you're not failing, you're just human. And being human is more than enough.